Hey everyone, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday. Today I want to talk about another type of personal budgeting. We talked about the envelope method. We talked about the 70-10-10-10 method. Today I want to talk about the zero-based budgeting. So what is zero-based budgeting? You may have heard this in a corporate sense. If you did government, probably not government, but in different corporations, they do what is called a zero-based budgeting. And so zero-based budgeting, um, yeah, zero-based budgeting it's I won't say it's really unique, but the whole goal of a zero-based budgeting is to whatever income comes in minus everything that goes out has to equal zero. So basically, this is one of the things one of the principles that I've been teaching on is to give every dollar an assignment. And so you start off with zero, and then at the end, the total should be zero. So I'm going to tell you what it's not and what it sounds like it, but I'm going to tell you what it's not. So this is where where you need to give every dollar an assignment. This doesn't mean that all the money has to be spent, right? It's like, hey, I got $1,000 left, so I got to make sure I get it down to zero. So let me go shopping right now, right? That's not what zero-based budgeting is. Zero-based budgeting is that you make sure that you're allocating money to whatever categories that you need to. And so you have your expenses, right? Your living expenses, things that you know, like things that you can think of that need to be paid, your expenses, right? Your debt, payments, right? Whatever needs to be spent. But then you may have some money left over, but based on the zero-based budgeting, that money has to be allocated somewhere. Because how many of you have money left over at the end of the month? Let's say if you get paid every 2 weeks, let's say you get that third paycheck. So for those that get paid biweekly, typically you get paid twice a month. But so if you get paid twice a month, that's like 24 times out of the year. However, 2 months out of the year, you get paid that extra week, basically that third week. So there's 2 months out of the year where you get paid that that third week. And so with that third week, because you're so used to budgeting 2 times out of the month, you get that third paycheck. What's going to be important is that you give every dollar an assignment. And so if you have money left over, or if you're used to having a surplus at the end of the month, this is going to be a really good method for you. Because I've seen it, I've done it myself, to where when you have money left over, you're like, wow, I have money left over. But then you look up a week later and you're like, where did that money go? So if you tend to ask yourself that question, then this method is going to be really good, because yes, you got all your living expenses paid for, all of that, you're set. But now what are we actually going to do with this money? You're adding a purpose to each and every dollar. So you can say, okay, well, let me go ahead and use, if you had $1,000 left over, right? If you wanted to, you could say, well, I want to do $200 for shopping, $200 for um, paying off a credit card bill, right? Extra on a credit card bill. I want to spend $500 on savings, and then I want to spend the last $100 on investments. And so the thing is that if you catch yourself having money at the end of the month, but you have no idea where it went, then zero-based budgeting is for you, because it makes you think, right? Like having money there and not knowing the purpose of it is so easy for it to be abused, right? So Miles Monroe says, whatever you don't you don't know the purpose of, you can abuse, right? And so in this type of budgeting technique, this is good because anyone can use it. Anyone could use it. So whenever a windfall comes in, well, this has to end in zero. where is all this money going to go? So this is another example of giving every dollar an assignment. So that is zero-based budgeting. It is really important. And I'm trying to find the screen again, just in case if anyone has any questions, or I may just be talking to myself here. Okay, there we go. All right, there are no comments. So that's it. Zero-based budgeting. I hope you all 5 minutes. Wow. I feel like that there's more time. Let me know if you guys do have any questions, but 70, 10, 10, 10 rule. What else is there? We did the envelope method. That's a really good strategy, but the zero-based method, again, if you tend to have money left over, don't know where it went, use this method. You're applying an assignment to every single dollar. So, all right, you guys have a blessed night and God bless y'all. Bye-bye.